This recipe here on how to make root beer float cupcakes will give you an experience well worth remembering, to make a batch of these every chance you get. Let's find out here how to make these one-of-a-kind cupcakes. Cupcakes are a miniature version of their chubby counterparts, muffins. Made pretty much using the same ingredients, these aren't as generous in size as muffins but are more the decorative kind. Being the experimental pastry you want to work with, cupcakes can taste, look and feel different every time you sink your teeth into its many variations. I haven't found my dream cupcake till date, but knowing for a fact that this recipe here on how to make root beer float cupcakes will be a crowd pleaser no doubt. Baking is definitely a joy that one must indulge in, especially if making a warm batch of cookies, muffins, cakes or yes, cupcakes. It not only brightens up the day of someone you surprise with a basket of these, but is quite therapeutic an act when perfecting your cupcakes before you set it out to be served. Let's find out here on how to make these delicious cupcakes all from the comfort of your home. Homemade recipe for root beer float cupcakes. I'm going to give you 4 very tempting and pleasant tasting options that will make up the frosting of your root beer float cupcakes. Wait until you bite into these cupcake delights. Recipe. Ingredients you'll need: 1½ cup all-purpose flour, ½ cup butter unsalted, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, ½ teaspoon baking soda and powder, 1 teaspoon root beer extract, 1/2 cup buttermilk, 1 whole egg including 1 portion yolk, 1 cup brown sugar, 1¼ cup root beer, canned/bottled. How to make this? In one bowl, combine together your base ingredients of baking soda, salt, flour and baking powder. In a separate bowl bring together the butter, root beer float extract and brown sugar, slowly adding the whole egg and yolk portion before giving it a good beating. Slowly marry the wet ingredients with the previous bowl's contents, stirring in the buttermilk and root beer fluid as you continuously stir up the portions, making sure to avoid any clumping. Once you have a smooth batter in the bowl, pour these gently into cupcake molds. Make sure you have paper molds within the tins ones, so that you have neat cupcakes to scoop out of these once they're done baking. Your oven should be preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit before you place the cupcake mix inside. Time the oven to 25 minutes, and get on with your choice of frosting as it bakes away. You'll know the cupcakes are done when you insert a toothpick into it and it exits clean. Always wait for the cupcakes to first cool down to room temperature before piling on your choice of frosting. Frosting option 1. For the frosting, all you need is a bag of dark chocolate chips, 1/2 cup whole cream and 4 fresh strawberries. Blend these in a mixer until smooth and thick, before emptying these out into a bowl. Using an ice scoop, place a generous heap of these atop each cupcake before you bite into a chunk of this. Frosting option 2. Take 2 whole oranges and carefully grate the skin, making sure you get only the orange bits and not grate the wild layer beneath, because that's the bitter part. About 2 tablespoons worth of orange zest should suffice, along with 1 cup whole cream, 2 tablespoons orange juice and a tablespoon of mango essence. Use a mixer to blend these all well, before slathering this tropical frosting onto each cupcake. Frosting option 3. Dunk into a mixer 1 cup confectioner's sugar, 3 egg whites and a knob of unsalted butter before whipping this into a frenzy and stopping once the mixture's peaks stiffen. Add to this 2 tablespoons banana essence and 2 sprigs of finely chopped mint. Carefully layer this above each cupcake and keep it aside until they set in a couple of minutes. Frosting option 4. Using a mixer, combine together 1 cup confectioner's sugar and 3 egg whites before adding in cream of tartar. Wait for it to peak while the mixture is being whipped and then add to this ½ cup of fresh passion fruit pulp. Gently top your cupcakes off with this before you sit down to enjoy a batch of these. Root beer float cupcakes may taste great without any frosting, being a flavorful cupcake all by itself. You can always try to incorporate a different frosting now and then to change up the experience every time you have this kind of cupcake. These go great with ice cream too, so try other flavors in that respect as well. Hearty eating.